hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Chris, and we're here on Spurs Spotlight with another banger. Today, we're going to be ranking NBA draft prospects for the Spurs. We're going to be looking at their floor, their ceiling, and how they fit with the team, all to make their grade. Now, keep in mind, this isn't the best prospect. This is the best prospect for the Spurs. So although Alex Sarr is projected number one, he could be in the D because he doesn't fit for the Spurs. Obviously, that's just an example. We're not gonna put him in the D. No diddy. I had to make this myself, so if I left off any prospects, y'all comment down below. I only put like 10 to 12 prospects on here because I think these are the prospects that have the highest chance of getting selected by the Spurs. If I left anyone off that you think could possibly be selected by the Spurs, put it down in the comments section and I'll go ahead and rank them for you. If you care about my opinion. If not, then get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get started. Don't want to waste too much time with Alex Sarr. Now, Alex Sarr is interesting because although he is the best prospect, I don't really see his fit with the Spurs. I'm not too sure about his jump shot. I feel if we were to run the two big man lineup, we would need someone like Lauri Markkanen, around a 40% three-point shooter. I think it would clog the paint up. Although at times last season, Charles Bassey didn't look too bad next to Wemby because Wemby could do it all on the court. I do like Wemby getting closer to the basket, and I think having a big that can't really space the floor just clogs it up for him. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and throw him right in the middle just because Alex Sarr has crazy upside. You don't really know what he could turn into. He could really be a monster in the league, but I don't think he necessarily fits. On to Ricochet. I don't know. He's kind of confusing for me. I don't know too much about him because he is in France. It's always harder to research those overseas players, so you don't really know. They're kind of a mystery. I have seen some of his highlights. I think he would fit. Ricochet, what's keeping him from an S is his ceiling. I don't know how high of a ceiling he has because he looks more like a 3-and-D type of guy. Sneaky athleticism. I don't know if he is a top 2 prospect in any other draft. Reed Shepherd, I think I'm gonna have to put Reed Shepherd in B. Only because Reed Shepherd's like a combo guard. I don't think that Reed Shepherd fits with the Spurs because we do have Devin Vassell already as our solidified 2 of the future. And I don't necessarily think that Reed Shepherd is a primary playmaker, our point guard. Although I like him as a player, I don't see the fit. So that's why we're gonna have to put him in B. If we did have an opening at that shooting guard position, I would definitely like Reed Shepherd. I think he's a great shooter. I feel like he's gonna translate in the league. Obviously seeing that 40-inch vertical helped his case. Next, Rob Dillingham. I'm gonna put Rob Dilly at S tier. The only thing that worries me with Rob Dillingham is his weight and size, frame. He weighed in at like 165. Obviously, he's gonna have to put on some weight, and his defense is kind of sus at times. Even he admitted it himself. Sometimes he's not always engaged on the defensive end. His offense could make up for the defensive liability just because he is such a prolific scorer. Having a pick and roll with him and Wemby would be almost unstoppable. So yeah, we're putting him in S tier. I think he's one of the best prospects that we could draft. Matas Buzelis. I want to put Buzelis in S. I really do. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna put Buzelis at A. Right here above Ricochet though. So he's right here in the 1 spot and Ricochet's a little back here. I really like Buzelis' game. He kind of moves like a white Kawhi. Stiff, but he's not moving like Topic, if you know what I mean. His athleticism, really everything about his offensive game. I don't really know too much about his defense, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that's lowering Buzelis down from an S tier is his shooting, which is nothing crazy. I do think that if the Spurs were to draft him, that shot's gonna be looking just fine. He's not gonna have to play make like he was in the G League Ignite, and he's more of an off-ball player, which playing with Wemby, he's gonna get him great looks. You've seen it all season especially with Trey Jones, how Wemby will just hit him in the right spot, and that's an easy bucket for Trey Jones. I think that Buzelis playing off of Wemby would be pretty great and would also help with his shooting. He'd get more easy spot-up shots. Next is Stephon Castle. I'm putting Castle in the S tier too. I know people are worried about his jump shooting, but I think he's gonna be all right. If you haven't seen it, we made a video about Stephon Castle where we really broke down his game. I think he could fit pretty good. This might be a little biased because I did compare him to Derek White, just with the raw jump shot. Really, for all of these prospects, I feel like if they were to go to the Spurs, their jump shots wouldn't be a problem. Wemby, being a generational prospect, he struggled from three overseas. I think he shot like 29%. As you saw this season, it came up to about 33%, I believe. All these prospects are going to be just fine. That's why I'm not worried about Castle, and he's going in the S tier. Next, we have Tajdeen Saloon, or Salon, however you say it. Don't want to disrespect him, but I don't know how to say his name. He's also looking like a 3-and-D type of guy. I don't think his 3-ball was as consistent as it needed to be. Also, I didn't really see him playmaking with the ball at all. It was all spot-up shots, which I don't mind that. I think we do need a 3-and-D spot-up shooter who can hit consistently, but if he isn't hitting consistently, what is he doing on the offensive end? And on top of that, we have Sohan already, who isn't as consistent as we need him to be yet. I'm gonna also have to put him at B. I have got some bias to him because he's been talking about Wemby, and he's from France too, so I just don't think he's the right guy for the job. Next, Ron Holland. We also talked a little bit about Ron Holland in the Keldon Johnson video when we were looking for people who could possibly replace him. And man, I really like Ron Holland. I think Ron Holland's definitely in the S tier. I think if Ron Holland could get that jump shot to fall, he could be one of the top 5 prospects in the draft for sure. And like I said before, I'm really not worried about these prospects and their jump shooting when it comes to consistency, because I feel like the Spurs will get them right. Yeah, Holland's a dog, man. He's a good defender, and he could get downhill and make some tough finishes at the rim. The last thing is really getting that 3-point shot to fall consistently, and it'll be a scary sight for Ron Holland. So I think the Spurs should for sure take him if they have a chance to. Now, Nikola Topic. Oh man. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to have our first C tier. I just don't see it anymore, especially after he partially tore his ACL. I don't think he's going to be playing at the start of the season, if he does play at all. At this point, I think he's just too big of a question mark. We don't know how his body's going to hold up, especially after these injuries. On top of that, we don't really know how he is off ball, and we didn't get to see it because he was injured. I don't think you take a chance on Topic, especially with the team being how it is now. Yeah, I think we do need some immediate help. And now with Topic being injured, there's really no point on drafting him on top of the question marks that we already have. So yeah, we're gonna have to put him in C tier. I don't really like that pick. Dalton Connect. You know what? We're gonna have to make an edit. I really don't like this Topic pick. We're gonna put Topic at D because I think I would be pretty upset if the Spurs drafted him. And then we're gonna throw Dalton right here at C. With him, I just don't know about his upside. He's already 23, I think, and he's mostly just a shooter. You could get anybody to fill that role, but when you have a top 10 pick, you don't waste it on a guy like Connect because there is an abundance of Connects in the league. So with this 10th pick, I really want to swing for upside, and I don't think Connect really does that for us. Although I think he would be a good shooter to add on the team. Because we are picking top 10, I really wouldn't like that pick. So we're gonna have to put him at C tier. Next, Devin Carter. Devin Carter is also one of the older guys in the draft. I think he's probably the most NBA ready because he does have the college experience under his belt. Yeah, he's a good player. He's a Jose Alvarado-esque type player, although I do think he's gonna come in the league and already be better than Jose Alvarado. The thing is I don't know how much upside he has because of his physicals. I think he's like a Trey Jones type guy. Although he is gonna be good, I think his ceiling is limited just because his size and his age already. With this pick, although I think it's a safe pick, I don't really like it because I don't think the team's where it needs to be. I think Carter's a guy that should be plugged into a more developed team and he would look better. Although it does feel kind of wrong to have Alex Sarr and Devin Carter on the same tier. But like I said in the beginning, it's not the most talented because Alex Sarr is the #1 pick and Devin Carter's maybe a lottery pick. It has to do somewhat with the fit whenever we're putting them in the B tier. Next, Cody Williams. I think I'm gonna have to put him in A tier. Although I think he is gonna need a few years to develop, maybe like 1 or 2. I think the upside is really there. His brother is J-Dub, and so that does give me some bias towards him because Cody Williams is a solid 3-and-D right now. Although we didn't see the 3-ball in volumes in college, I do think the percentage wouldn't fall much with his volume increasing. And I really like his movement with the ball. I think he's a real crafty player and smart player. He does play the right way. And so I think under the Spurs organization, he would blossom into something pretty nice for the Spurs. Yeah, I think that this could be pretty good for the Spurs if they were to land Cody Williams. This is the end of the list right here. I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. These three guys, if you have a chance to take them, you take them. I don't know how to rank these. Like, if all three of them are at the board, who do you take off first? Any combo of these three would be a crazy draft for the Spurs, in my opinion. Even if you do get one S tier, one A tier guy, I'm cool with that. After that, it's really a toss-up. Like, if the Spurs are landing any of these guys, I'm not gonna be crazy about it, but I won't be disappointed until we start getting to this C tier. If we get Dalton or Topic, I do think that would be a bad move for the Spurs. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below if I forgot any prospects y'all want me to talk about. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. We're posting bangers on the regular. And other than that, it's me, your boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.